Colonel Roderick Largo, Chief PSRU of the Philippine National Police General Hospital. Sir, Chairman, since we had a forum, I declare this meeting set. Please declare this meeting to be open, sir. Si Chairman po, Sir Sulaiman po.
The meeting is now open. Thank you very much.
We shall now begin. To our Chief, PNPGH, Police Colonel Dominic P. Guevara, sir. Assistant Chief, PNPGH, Police Lieutenant Colonel Michael Angelo L. Malyari, sir. To our Chief and NSD, Police Colonel Dali P. Gandia, ma'am. Assistant Chief MSD, Police Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel O. Sanke, sir. And to our Assistant Chief Head, Police Lieutenant Colonel Roderick C. Laigo, sir. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of our Strategy Review Officer, Police Major Magilas S. Salvacion, sir. And to the advisory group that will be introduced later. To other senior officers, PCOs, PNCOs, and NUPs. Other guests present, good morning. Welcome to the oath-taking of PNP General Hospital Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development, AGTPD. Let us formally start this program with a prayer to be led by Patrolwoman Vladimir Ayuse. I request everyone to please rise.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we bow before your presence today with faith, humility, and thanksgiving for the chance to meet again. As we prepare to start this program, please send the Holy Spirit to guide us in our discussion and fill us with wisdom and confidence. May you grant us the patience and understanding to remain resilient to life's challenges and face them with grace. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Please be seated. And now, to deliver his welcome remark and acknowledgement to the participants, Chief Hospital Administration Division Police Colonel Lemuel P. Lalangan will duly represented by our Assistant Chief Police Lieutenant Colonel Roderick C. Laigo, to be followed by the introduction of the PNP General Hospital Advisory Group.
Good morning again, ma'am, sir. To our Chief, PNPGS, Police Colonel Dominic P. Guevara, sir. Assistant Chief, PNPGS, Police Colonel Lieutenant Colonel Michael Angelo L. Malyari. To all our Division Chief, Police Colonel Dali P. Gandia, Chief NSD, and Police Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Sanke, Assistant Chief NSD. All PCOs present today, and esteemed members of the Philippine National Police General Hospital Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development, good morning. It is with great pleasure and honor that I extend my warmest welcome to each and every one of you as we gather today for the momentous occasion of the oath-taking ceremony of the Philippine National Police General Hospital Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective commitment to the advancement of the Philippine National Police. As we stand here in unity, we are reminded of the crucial role that the AGPPD plays in shaping the future of police transformation and development. We are gathered here not only to witness the formal affirmation of our advisory group dedication and integrity, but also to celebrate the unwavering spirit of collaboration and service that defines our noble undertaking. As we embark on this journey together, let us embrace the responsibilities that comes with our roles with utmost dedication and humility. Let us uphold the values of honor, integrity, and excellence as we strive to contribute meaningfully to the positive evolution of the Philippine National Police. Let today be a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence and progress. Together, let us forge ahead with determination, guided by the noble purpose of advancing the transformative vision of the AGTPD. Once again, I extend my sincerest welcomes to all of you. May today's ceremony serve as a source of inspiration and empowerment as we embark on this journey of service, growth, and impact. With that, I am honored to introduce to you our committed PNP General Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. Please come forward to be recognized. Police Colonel Jeremy Sullivan, Chairman, former Chief NPGH, Philippine Medical Association. Police Lieutenant Colonel Lydia Pomperada, Ma'am Queenie Dayan Raagas, Sir Bobby Jones, Sir, Ma'am Nelsie Munyana, Ma'am Juliet Oliveros, and Sir Cesar Patrasa.
May we request from our PNPGH advisory group to please take the front, sir, ma'am, for the oath taking. May we call on our Chief PNPGH, Police Colonel Dominic P. Guevara, to lead the panunumpa sa katungkulan.
Bigyan na ng kopya sila, ma'am, Sensei. So before we start, panunumpa, salamat sa ma'am, Doktora. Salamat po sa inyong pagpunta. This New Year. Panunumpa sa katungkulan. Maaaring taas po natin ang ating kanang kamay. Ako si, banggitin ang kompletong pangalan, nanay talaga sa katungkulan bilang miyembro ng PNPGH Advisory Group, ay taos-pusong nanunumpa. Natutuparin ko ng buong husay at katapatan sa abot ng aking kakayanan ang tungkuling nakaatang at iba pang panuntunan kalakip sa pamantayan, pribilehiyo at limitasyong naaayon sa kaisipan ng PNP General Hospital Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. Papitbisig sa Pambansang Pulisya ng Pilipinas, aking ipinapangako na magsisikhay upang may sakatuparan ang hangarin ng asosasyong ito at taos-puso kong babalikatin ang mga tungkuling kaakibat nang walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas. Kasihan nawa ako ng Diyos. Dapat pala sa maglalagta sila. May table dapat. Para sa maglalagta. Doon na lang sila mag-signature. Sige, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. And congratulations. At this juncture, for the orientation on term of reference, may we call on Police Major Magrilas S. Sandoche.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. It's always good to see our former colleagues in the hospital. Sir Sulay Barcel, I still remember you. Kasama ko sir sa napakaraming laban sa badminton. And to our distinguished guests from the advisory group, ma'am, it's a privilege to be in front of you, to be able to give you a brief orientation on somehow why are you here? Bakit ba nandito tayo? And why are we doing this? Why are we spending this much time, resources, as well as focus? So, may I request for your time lang to be able to I know it's a little bit of, sometimes sabi nila, PGS na naman, boring or something. But I will try my best to be able to keep it short, concise, and simple. So, this is the scope of my presentation. Let me just give you a brief background and a story. It's just a story between two people. Kwentuhan ko lang po kayo so that you don't get bored. Kasi yung technical side ko na ito is very boring. And in my experience, nakakatulog po yung aking audience. Now, the second part would be, what are the criteria for success? Yun lang po yung gusto ko pong i-deliver sa iyo. So, story muna. I always begin with a story so that you are taking in, and then madali po siyang tandaan after this one. So that when you go out, and then medyo matagal po ulit yung bago din yung meeting, matatandaan ito yung kwento. Sabi nga, parang may kwenta, dapat may kwento. So, our scorecard has been revised so many times, maraming beses na. And in fact, itong nakita po ninyo na yan, na-revise na ulit po yan. Just recently po, before I was reassigned here in PNPGH, I was part of PSME ng Boom Health Service. And I had the privilege to be able to be part of the revision. Hopefully po, the revisions will now be cascaded sa inyo. But for now, as it stands, kung ano lang po yung naibigay sa inyo, yun lang po muna yung pag-uusapan. Now, what is the journey of PGS? I don't know if you know this, but if para sa mga bago or probably yung nakalimutan po natin, lagi ko po natatandaan yung kasabihan na ang gamot sa taong nakalimot ay paalala. Papaalalahanan ko po kayo kung saan po tayo nagmula. We started out with the initiation stage, then compliance, then proficiency, institutionalization. Right now, as we stand, ang PNP Health Service and most of the PNP units in the PNP are at the proficiency level. Nandun pa lang po tayo. marami na rin, well, it's not marami, I don't know the context or nor the exact numbers, but there are already units that are institutionalized. But what is very important in this slide is this. Pag mapapansin niyo po, as you go along, as you go higher, the requirements for compliance, the requirements for conformity is getting higher. Ang dapat nila po tandaan dito, as you go up the stage, mas meticulous po yung audit process. Yung grado na kailangan mong ipasa, mas mataas. Yung requirement na kailangan mong ipakita, yung evidence, and in fact, yung practice that is expected of us from CPSM, sila po yung auditor, mas malaki. And I will explain more in detail later. Ito po yung istorya, simpleng istorya po ng health service. So, sa business model po ng ating PNP Health Service, we always begin with the end in mind, the impact. And of course, from the impact, we have the outcome. Then from the outcome, we have our output. From our output, it comes from process. And of course, a process should have an input. So ano po ba yung input ng health service? The input is either a request or a directive coming from either the PNP personnel, the dependents, and our authorized civilians. So these are the three types of customers. It's either nag-request sila or may directive na gamitin mo sila. So, where does the PGS comes in? It is the process. Pag hinati po natin yung perspective natin, di ba, apat po. The community perspective, the process excellence, the learning and growth, as well as yung resource management. So, pag tinignan po natin yung apat na perspective, we have different processes, procedures, and activities that are incorporated in our performance governance system, which are divided into four perspectives, as shown. Question, ano po yung ina-expect output coming from these four types of perspective? If you talk about community perspective, we're talking about brand. Sino ba si PNP Health Service sa mata ng ating customers? Kay PNP personnel, kay dependents, at authorized. When we ask them, sino ba service sa inyo? And what kind of services do you think we are providing? How are we with you? So ang question is, what is our brand? When we talk about brand, there are two things to think about. Are we reliable and are we trustworthy? So these things should be asked from our customers. Kasi sila lang po ang magsasabi sa atin yan. Kahit sabihin natin, oh, trustworthy ako. Oo, ako ay reliable. Sabi mo yun. Pero ang tanong, ano sabi ng customer? So at the end of the day, they are our barometer if they're doing good. In our process excellence, we look at the system. Because the system should be either efficient and effective. Mahabang kwento po yan, pero gist po niyan is ganito. You might be efficient, pero hindi ka naman effective. O na lang. Ibig sabihin, mabilis ka nga. Para sa mga pulis po pag nagpa-firing kami, shooter, are you ready? Stand by, boop, 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 boop. Bilis, wow, magaling, parang lahat. Yun lang, hindi man tumama sa target later. You might be efficient, bilis-bilis na tama lang, hindi ka naman effective. So the first question would be, are our processes, our healthcare service processes effective? That's the first step. Now, the question would be, okay, effective na kami. What comes next? Of course, we deliver results with lesser resources. Then, saka mo lang masasabing, yeah, efficient ka. But you can never be efficient without being effective first. Last but not the least po, yung perspective po ng learning and growth as well as yung resource management can be combined So that ang output po natin, hinahanap natin dito is people. In terms of people, ang tanong is, are the PNP-GH personnel competent and well-equipped? Bakit po pinag-iwalay pa natin yung dalawang yun? Kasi po, alam na po natin yung laging kwento dyan. Trade nga, yan, maggamit. Vice versa, may gamit nga, hindi naman trade. So dapat po dalawa. So at the end of the day, when you say resource management, dapat may gamit siya. On the other hand, kung may gamit ka, may marunong ka dapat gamitin yung gamit na yun. So it doesn't make sense. So at the end of the day po, sir, ma'am, when we look at our process using the PGS as our monitoring system, yun po yung monitoring system, are we doing good? And then our output would come with only 3 things in mind. Run, system, and people. Ano? Ngayon? So what? Sabi nga ng professor ko sa A. So what kung may tatlo ka niyan? Many of the business models stop at output. Kadalasan ganun po kasi. Pero ang question kasi is, what is the outcome? So yun po yung mas importante dun sa output. When we look at our brand, system, and people, our outcome internally, hopefully po, we become credible, that answers our brand. We are always continuously improving because of a system that is effective and efficient. Last but not the least, is our people is capable. Capability means you are both competent and well-equipped. You cannot be capable without those 2 parameters. Now, fine, credible ka. Fine, continuously improving ka. Fine, capable ka. As far as the PNP is concerned, holistically, our customer, isa lang po ang laging nakikita nila. Are they healthy? Kasi kung hindi sila healthy, kahit anong credibility mo, continuously improving ka, capability mo, at the end of the day, we're judged by result. And the result is a healthy PNP. No healthy PNP, kalimutan po natin yung mga output niya. Yun po yung barometer naman natin as far as our customer is concerned. So, our outcome is divided into 2. As far as the perspective or tingin po ng ating customer versus what we think of us. Of course, Sir Ma'am, dito po, sabi ko nga po parate, naputol na sa sa output. Madalas po yung mga business model napuputol-putol. In my experience po, sir, doing this PGS as well as ISO for quite some time, I realized one thing. Madalas po, napuputol na po doon because of the silo effect of big organization such as PNP. Imagine nyo, we have 200 plus personnel. Ang daming units. Pero what is always common in all of these units, based on my opinion, we always fail to connect to the greater vision. So, ano po yung impact? So what kung lahat yan ginagawa natin? So what kung may healthy PNP tayo? If we think only organically, health service lang, yes, achieve na natin, healthy PNP na eh. Pero ang nakakalimutan po natin is yung the greater perspective, which comes with impact. Why do we need a healthy PNP? Because we want to contribute to a safe place to live, work, and to business. Kahit po healthy ang PNP, kung hindi naman po sila magtatrabaho, wala rin po. We are just giving our PNP personnel the greater chance to be able to deliver our law enforcement services and skills so that ma-solve nila po yung crime. If they cannot solve it, useless pa rin po. But, sabi nga nila, So what kung hindi nila magawa, basta healthy yung PNP. Pero we lose perspective kasi pag hindi na nilagay yung impact. But of course, yun na po yung istorya po natin that we should be able to always bear in mind when creating our strategic initiatives and looking at our strategic objectives as far as the performance governance system is concerned. So yan po yung istorya. Hopefully po it makes sense, and I hope this gives you an overview of ano po yung pag-uusapan nyo mamaya after this orientation. Now, if you talk about ISO, kasi yan po yung dalawang quality management system that is already existing in the PNP. We have the ISO 9001:2015, which you cannot disregard. Kasi yun po yung isa sa mga quality management system na ginagawa dito. On the other hand, you also have the PGS. Pero for me po, sir, ma'am, there's no difference. Because whether you use ISO only, or PGS only, or both of which has only one purpose, quality. You want to improve so that quality is raised. Yun lang. Nga lang, ibang approach, iba lang concept, ibang logical framework, but at the end of the day po, both ISO and PGS is just the same. Case in point, pag sinabi po nating stakeholder is more associated sa PGS or PNP Patrol Plan. But when you say interested party, it's more associated with ISO. Pero, sino ba si interested party sa stakeholder? Aren't they the same? Just different terms. So, yun po, hiwaga sa iba, pero when we try to break it down, it's the same. So, let's now review. So, tapos na po yun. Tapos na tayo magkwentuhan. Let's now get to the bottom line. Question. Ano po yung criteria of success for the PGS or PNP Patrol Plan 2030? Ano po ba to? So, pag mapapansin nyo po, according to CPSM, there are 6 things that you need to look at as a criteria for success if you want to implement PNP Patrol Plan 2030 in PNPGH. Ganun na rin po sa health service. What are the 6 things? As shown na lang po, analysis of the strategy, initiatives management, and this is where you come in. The strategy partners, which I will explain later. Then stakeholder communication. You need to communicate what you are doing so that all the people knows what you are doing. Kasi kadalasan po, ang dami nyo achievements, dami nyo nagagawa. Nagpapakapagod kayo mag-meeting ng mag-meeting. Alam ba ng tao yun? Alam ba ng mga nurses natin, mga doctors? As far as they are concerned, I don't know. Pag pumunta po kayo, kausapin nyo ngayon sila, isa-isa inyo. Ano po pinag-usapan namin? Hindi. Hindi. Wala pong magiging united front or kung ano man yung gusto natin mangyari. Vice versa, look, does the customer knows what we are trying to do here? Di ba, pakahirap po tayo lahat. If not, sayang naman. They don't even appreciate it because they don't know. They're not aware. Next po is implementation and sharing of best practices. Now, before I move on, ito pong 6 na ito is in the institutional stage na po ito, not proficiency. Iba po yung criteria when it was proficiency level. Iba rin po yung criteria when it was compliance level. Itong 6 na to, ito yung general criteria for institutionalization. And then let me tell you, one of the 2 things that I'm worried about is itong dalawa na ito. Because in order for you to have best practices, dapat all through time na document siya. And ito po yung hinahanap, shared siya. Ang problema po kasi, kung may best practice nursing service, hindi naman na-share sa iba. Sayang. Sayang po yung accomplishment nila, pinaghirapan nila yun. oh, meron palang best practice si neuro or x-ray. For all we know, pwede pala i-apply sa ibang unit. Sayang. So, lost opportunity. But here's the thing. Fine. Nagawa nyo na lahat. Ito po yung mabigat dito. In fact, nagbago po yung mga point system ng audit checklist ng CPSM dahil po doon sa validated breakthrough practices. In the proficiency, hindi po yan sinanap. Zero yan doon. Pero in the institutionalization phase, hahanapin na po siya. Kasi po, you need results. Results po yan. And you cannot achieve that one without time. Ang hinahanap po niyan, impact. Kaya may impact evaluation pagdating po sa institutionalization phase. Sana po, yung mga best practices po natin, sige, fine, meron kang best practice. Pero you need to implement. You need to test. You need to monitor. Talaga nga ba? Ngayon kung ginagawa namin yung best practices, magkano natipid? Tumaas ba yung quality? At bumilis pa ang trabaho? And dapat may evidence po dyan. Hindi mo pwedeng kunentuhan lang natin sila or ang ganda-ganda ng report natin. Kailangan nararamdaman po yan. Because the auditors, when they come here, they will randomly inspect yung po impact. Tingnan po nila yun. And if we cannot prove, zero po tayo. Alright. Kaya nila po yan. Ang point lang po dito is the strategy partners, kasama po ang advisory group. You will drive change. You will drive change. So let's look at the criteria. So as I mentioned, yan po yung hahanapin nila, may point system po yan. Ito mapapansin niyo po, meron tayong silver eagle at saka gold eagle. You ever wonder why hindi tayo naka-gold eagle? Ever wonder why? Because nagkulang tayo, it's either some of them. I don't know kung ano yun. Of course, I've never seen yung grades ng NPJs before. But, here's what is significant for you as strategy partners. Pag mapapansin niyo po, si Advisory Council, Technical Working Group, and Police Strategy Management Unit, composed of 8%. Wait! Sabihin ng iba, oh, bakit nung PEP or proficiency level or phase 14%, mas mataas pa nun, ba't lumit ngayon? Of course, kasi yung other criteria ipinasok na dating hindi hinahanap for institutionalization. Fine, lumiit yung percentage allocation niya, but tingnan nyo po yung passing rate ng institutionalization phase versus PEP or proficiency phase. Tumaas. Kung dati hindi ka na pumasa dito or pasang-awa ka lang, hindi ka papasa dito kasi 4.21. Parang from 17, naging 90%. Why? Because pag mapapansin nyo dun sa stages, di ba yung 4 na stages? From the beginning po kasi yung strategy partners, paulit-ulit siyang inanap. Ang assumption is, by now, supposed to be dapat mature na siya. Ganun po kabigat yung expectation for the strategy partners. Now, sino po si strategy partners? Tatlo lang po. First is the PSMU. Second is the advisory, the technical working group. And the third is the advisory group. Para simplihan lang po natin, ang relationship ng tatlo is very simple. The PSMU, kung private corporation po ang pag-uusapan natin, is the CEO, COO. Your technical working group is your board of directors. The advisory council, now called at PTD, kung bakit pinahirapan nila tayo, no? Pwede naman council na lang. Pero advisory group, pwede na rin. Is your consultants. These are people from outside of the organization looking in. So, they are composed of people who are experts in their own rights. So, each and every one of you po, you are here because of your expertise. Now, what are the differences? If your PSMU executes, your technical working group legislates. Parang si executive department, si legislative department. Senator, congressman, presidente. Mayor, vice mayor. So those are the relationship. Para po hindi kayo malito, sa inyo naman po, ang trabaho po ni PSMU is to draft the resolutions. When they draft the resolutions that you want to change, kung may baguhin, maggagawa ng resolution siya, hihingi ng advice to advisory council or advisory group. Sabihin ng advisory group, tingin ko hindi maganda yan. Or, maganda yan. Right? So, nag-input ka na. It goes through the legislation. This one recommends it for approval with Chief NPGH. So the Chief NPGH, once na tapos na po yung process, will either approve or disapprove. Just like the President will veto or approve or sign the law. So ganun lang po. Ganun lang po kasimple yung relationship ng tatlo. Of course, mas marami pong iba ha. Now, yung strategy partners is just part of the top management. Yun po naman po ang relationship ni top management at saka ni strategy partners. Partner ni top management, in this case, si Sir Dominic, ang ating punong abala. Para hindi po niya masyadong, baga sa dami po ng trabaho ni Sir, kailangan yung strategy partners, tinutulungan siya in terms of the scorecard. So that he can also focus on other things. Kayo po, along with top management, will provide top management supervision over whom? Your core process owners, which is directly dealing with our customers, the PNP personnel, the dependents, and the authorized civilians, along with the support process owners who supports the core process owners. So, ito po yung backline, ito yung frontline. And you will work for whom? Our team, our customers. Now, let's review. Skip ko na po ito. This is for PSMU. So, skip ko lang pero while you are looking at it, you are going to see that they also have a criteria. And I've discussed this already with the PSMU. So pag mapapansin niyo po, marami rin po silang requirements. Shown. May mga issues and concerns din po sila so far. I hope may copy po kayo nito. And these are the requirements of the technical working group. Pag mapapansin nyo po, they legislate the resolution. But just like PSMU, they have also certain requirements. So, again, fast forward ko lang po ito, not your concern for now. Nice to know. Alright. So, punta na po natin yung para sa inyo, sa advisory group natin. So, what is AgPTD? So, as the word implies, advice. The word is advice. You are, in other words, consultants. You are here because you want to share your expertise with us. And this is taken from PNP Memorandum Circular 2022-071. So far, this has not been rescinded. Not sure though kung meron pang bago. You also identify key priorities and strategic issues coming from your own perspective. Kasi galing po kayo sa different sectors. Of course, different principles, different school of thoughts would bring in your expertise for us. Kasi meron kayong alam na hindi namin alam. You also provide insights. Very important po yung mga yun. Now, if you can see, you have certain requirements. Creation, your process flow, your calendar, and notable contributions and accomplishment. Question is, ano ito? So, pagdating po sa administrative requirements, you should have your terms of reference. Your terms of reference is your contract. You sign it. Pag wala po kayong terms of reference, not counted. Nandun po yun, points yun. Wala kayong terms of reference, sorry, lack of points na. Sayang, hindi na gold eagle. Silver na lang. You should have your profiles. So, dapat po, alam po, meron pong collation of profiles. Naku, wala. Bawasan na naman yung points. And then, you should have your oath of trading, which is, meron po kayo. So, meron, check. Next is, meron po dapat after activity report. So, after this meeting, whatever you have talked about here, should have an after activity report. Wait, there's more. Hindi lang po basta kayo ay nag-picture-picture, dapat po may minutes of the meeting. Kasi po, yung minutes of the meeting on your next meeting, you should approve it. It's part of the parliamentary procedure. But, as far as the auditor is concerned, pag in-audit po tayo, chinek kayo, points yun. Hindi kayo na gano'n? Naku, bawas na naman, pasang-awa na lang. Kanina gold, hindi silver, ngayon pasang-awa na lang. Next, you should have resolutions. Anything you want to change, anything that you want to change within the PNPGH, put it in a resolution. It's a binding document that you have undergone due diligence. Hindi basta, isip ko ngayon, hindi dapat, tandaan po sa proseso. After the PSMU has already drafted it coming from the operations review, so, based on sa operations review, nakakita kayo ng gaps, nakakita kayo ng interventions na kailangan i-address dun sa gaps. These things would be put in a resolution, which will be drafted by PSMU, which will be presented to the advisory group. Sabihin nyo, yes, no, maganda yan, pangit yan, ito dapat, tingin ko, ganito yung dapat. And then, be considered, your advice will be considered during the technical working group, wherein the technical working group, by majority decision, will either recommend for its approval and push it to our chief PNPGH, or, sorry, hindi siya pumasa sa akin. Kulang, balik mo sa PSMU, balikan, pag-usapan niyo ulit. Kasi, para sa akin, hindi maganda. Next is to report key contribution. Mamaya po, explain ko mabuti. Ano key contribution yan? Lagi ko na rin naririnig yan, pero when I always interview yung ating advisory council, ano nga ba yung key contribution? Meron po yung hinahanap ang CTSM. And other relevant documents. So, may sub-element po siya, pero pag mapapansin niyo po siya, almost the same. So, ibig sabihin, when you do one thing on the other previous sub-element, you already have done the other sub-elements. Ang tanong is, do you have your own initiatives? Again, dito lang po kayo mag-focus, which is I will discuss later. Key contribution. And then, of course, your sustainability. Ano napapansin niyo? Bakit pa kayo wala ng requirement, di ba? Ibig sabihin po, when you have done one, you have already satisfied the other elements. The question is, are you doing it? So, ito po yung memo, just in case you're wondering saan po siya kinuha. And then, pareho lang po, picture lang po yan. Sorry. Okay, so, who are the PNP Health Service at PTV as of the moment? So, for me, this is just nice to know for you, pero baka po may kilala kayo sa mga yan. Sila po ngayon ang current po nating members. So, previously, 6 na lang po sila. Nadagdagan po tayo ng 4 new members. Si Sir Joven Cabigon, then si Sir Domingo, si Ma'am Picar, at saka si Ma'am Cariaso. So, asyo na lang po yung ating, na-print po ba, sir, yung pong copy nito? Meron po kayong copy? O wala? Meron po? Wala? Okay. Di bali po, we'll give you a copy. Sorry po. If ever we can already post this on your Viber group. I don't know, high-tech na tayo ngayon. Alright, so, ano po napapansin po ninyo? We have 2 sectors. Well, may primary tayo, meron tayong secondary sector. Later, I will show you that there are requirements po pagdating sa mga sectors. So, just for you to be able to see saan sila nanggaling, ano sila. Si Ma'am Hugar. So this serves as your profile, right? Simple profile. Of course, you could have an in-depth profile as well. Again, nice tulong sa inyo. Okay, so this is what is important for you. Position, your authority. By the way, sir, ma'am, dapat may resolution po kayo, ha? Kapag po kayo papaya. Dapat po, dumaan niya sa technical working group, represent po kayo your expertise. That is now boiled down to a resolution. Kasi yun po yung magiging reference ng TOR. Where did your TOR emanated from? Of course, there should be a resolution. Dapat may batas. Then, I hope that, not really copy, but rather, pag-usapan niyo po. You should be able to identify, may primary po kayo na sector na nire-represent versus ano po yung secondary sector. It will make sense in a way. In a minute pala. So ito po yung mga bago natin. Sorry, masyadong graphic yung presentation. Nice pa naman nga lang. Sorry, I can't. So, si Sir comes from the College of Occupational Medicine. Yeah. So, this is the sample of the resolution. Si Sir naman po ay from the Emergency Management Center. Of course, NGO rin po siya. This is his resolution. Si Ma'am naman po represents the media sector as well as business. Resolution. Ma'am Picar, si Ma'am Cariaso naman po comes from the DILG. Okay, so ito po yung kanilang profile. So, dito na po tayo mag-focus. The advisory group po, Sir Ma'am, is composite of up to a maximum of 15. Maximum lang po ng 15. Although, meron akong alam na more than 15. Meron ko kung gano'n sila ka-effective. But this is more important than the numbers. Kasi meron akong alam, marami nga, puro naman ganyan. So, what is very important for you to discuss later is this. Meron po bang hindi well represented sa sector? So later, when you now discuss among yourselves, Sir, Ma'am, do you have media? Do you have from religious, from youth? Kasi po, bakit po sinadyang ganyan yung sectors? Because each and every sector can bring in different perspective. Yun yung beauty po nun. When I was in PSPG and even health service, one of the main lacking po doon is yung media representation. So huwag na po kayo magtaka, kahit trabaho po ng trabaho sa PNPJs, papakahirap na yung PNPJs personnel, hindi pa alam ng buong mundo that you exist. Why? Because we lack media. So, pag mapapansin nyo po, kung kayo po walang media ngayon, meron ba? From media. So, kahit magkwentuhan po kayo dito, expertise po nila yung media. This is their expertise. Habang naghihirap po kayo dito, you should be able to communicate this to our customers and the public. Sayang. Eh, mag-meeting po kayo ng sa katutak mula ngayon hanggang sa December. Nobody knows. And because nobody knows, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Sayang naman. Sayang. On the other hand, one of the key success factors na nakikita ko sa ibang advisory group, they invite this one. More specifically, NAPOLCOM. Diyan po yung strength ni CPSL. Mapapansin nyo, nung nag-uumpisa si CPSL, hindi siya ganun kasikat. But what they did was, they tapped NAPOLCOM. And then when they tapped NAPOLCOM, lahat ng mga gusto nilang mangyari, na nahihit nila. Sample. Dati, walang position ang mga nagiging chief SMU. Wala. Ano yan? Parang additional lang in addition to your duty. Pero hindi yun makupromote. Pero ano nyo yun? Ngayon, meron na. When you are the regional chief SMU, o colonel ang TO position na yun. And why did that happen? Circumvent kasi na dahil ang chairman at that time of the NAC-PTD ng CPSM ng buong PNP is coming from NAPOLCOM. Twice. So if you could invite someone from, is there someone from DOH? Very nice. Kasi po, you have powers there. We're not taking advantage of you, but rather, this is where you can help in teaching. Kaya nga po nandito po, you were specifically invited. So, pag mapapansin niyo po, the ACPTD or the advisory group is a strategic decision. Pinipili po talaga. Hindi basta-basta yan, uy, gawin mo naman, hindi po. Pinag-uusapan po talaga yan. Because you must be able to bring in your expertise. Helps po. Maybe later po, pag-usapan. Sana. Maybe major insurance company. I don't know. Probably lang, on top of my head. I don't know kung i-consider nyo ang big pharma. Kasi, why not? Why not? Okay, so, but of course, sir, ma'am, tingnan nyo rin po. Representation from the youth. Why youth? Kasi may anak po yung may anak ang police. So, probably the youth sector would be able to, mamaya, tayo na mag-uusap. Tulad ko. Sila mamaya, ano ba kayo? Gen Z? Gen what? Kasi ako, Gen X. Mga luma na yung alam ko. So, I don't know. Probably they can also interject some ideas that we won't be able to know. Kasi sila po yung nandun. Senior citizen, why is it very important? Because we have a lot of retired personnel. So, yung retired personnel would have a representation. Buti na lang si Sir, nandito si Sir. So, pasok na si Sir doon. May one na doon, si Sir. Yes. And, ito Sir, in my experience po, when I was in PSPG, ito ang big key success factor po namin. Because we have 1 millionaire here. But money is no object. Pero, do not depend on money. Kasi baka mamaya, yung pera po yung makapag-stifle sa asa na natin sa pera. Marami pong ibang key contribution that I believe, which is much better delivered kung wala pa pera. Paano? Let's see. Ito na po yung sinasabi ko na key contribution. So, your key contribution are as follows. 6 lang po. First, insights. Second, advocacy. Third, skills enhancement. Fourth, moral and welfare. Fifth is capability enhancement. Then sixth is other contribution. Madalas po, sir, ma'am, pag pumunta po kayo sa iba, ano kung ipapwentuhan kayo sa mga kapwa ninyo advisory group sa ibang units, dito sila tumututok. Akala nila, dahil may pera, panalo na sila. Dahil may pera, marami silang business sector na mga advisory group, akala nila successful na sila. No? Why? Because these 6 categories, magkakaroon po tayo ng equivalent money evaluation. Ano ibig sabihin yun? What was not done before, and I don't know, hanggang ngayon ganun pa rin po yung style nila na paano nila binavalue yung other contribution. Hindi nila nilalagyan ng appropriate monetary consideration. Paano ba yun? Ganito po yun. So, for example, the first key contribution. Ito po yung strategic, operational, information, insight, and guidance. Papapansin nyo, itong meeting nyo na to. Andiyan na kayo eh. Mamaya mag-uusap-usap kayo. You will provide your insight. Hindi po nakakapitalize ito. Hindi rin nako-consider siya. Kasi, wala, pumunta ka lang dito eh. Right? Punta ka dito, bigay ka ng opinion mo, bigay ka ng insights mo, and then that's it. It was never given value in terms of key contribution. So, paano mo lalagyan ng value? So, you, di ba, as I mentioned kanina, you are consultants. Dito. You're consultants. You're considered consultants. Question. If we have to pay you to become a consultant, magkano? I did my first research on what is the consultant fee in the Philippine setting. 50,000, 10,000. Depende. Depende sa profession. Walang standard. Dahil walang standard sa Pilipinas, I went outside. So, I went to UN. Siguro naman wala nang mas ano pa doon, mas maganda pang reference. So in UN pala, there are 3 levels of consultants. Your A, B, and C. Ano po yung sa A? Medyo mababa, hanggang sa pinakamataas yung sa C. So that is the rate of the consultant. Of course, dollars po yan. Hindi ko na po kinuha ito. Kasi pag nung kinakalkula ko, sabi ko sobrang malaki ng consultant fee kapag sa Philippine setting. Baka naman sabihin nila, overpricing tayo. Hindi po. Okay? Walang overpricing dito. So what I did was, I was able to, 45 pesos pa nung araw. Alam ko 55 na ngayon. Pero ano lang po, for argument's sake, yan po yung ginawa po natin. So $260 equivalent to 11,700 per day. Now we divide it, kasi wala naman po kayo ito buong araw, di ba? Unless mag-usap po kayo hanggang mamayang hapon, mahaba-haba po yun, at 8 oras na yun, 11,000 na nga naman. But, if we calculate your 8 hours on an hourly rate, that would come up to 1,400 so and so. Siyempre, alam nga naman po gamitin natin yung ganyan calculation, napakahirap po, arduous. So para wala nang usapan, 1.5 na lang. 1.5 per hour. So ilang oras na po kayo nakaupo dyan? May 1 hour na po ba? Meron na? Yes? 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Then that is your key contribution. We're not paying you something, but your key contribution to PNPGH is your time here. Why? Because it is an opportunity cost. You should have been doing something else. Ang dami mong pwedeng gawin sa iba. Dapat kumikita ka sa labas. Nandito ka. And then walang value yun, hindi pwede. Dapat meron po valuation. So in this case po, sir, ma'am, we are now putting valuation while you are here. While you sit there for 1 hour, you are costing us 1,500. Of course, we will not pay you. Unless kaya natin bayaran sila, ma'am. Hindi naman. Hindi kaya, ma'am. Hindi kaya. Wala pondo. Wala sa MOE. Pero, di ba, ma'am? Kung babayaran po namin kayo, lalabas na po yan sa APC 1 ninyo, yung Advisory Group Key Contribution. Doon po siya papasok. Dapat po, si PSMU, kakount niya na yan. Ma'am, meeting tayo dito. 1 hour, 1.5 yan. Times, how many are you? Yeah? So, let's do a hypothetical calculation. If you have 10 members, 1.5 per hour per member, an average of 1 hour per AgPTD meeting, times 10 members, comes to 15,000 per meeting. Ang minimum po ninyo na meeting per year is ilan? 6. You have a minimum of 6 meetings. Ngayon, gusto nyo dagdagan? Pwede. Pwede naman. But at a minimum of 6 meetings per year, you now accumulate a 90,000 per year key contribution. Maliit siya kung isa-isa yung kakalculate. Pero pag pinagbuklod-buklod nyo, 90,000 din yun. Kahit paglakat ako dito, hanggang Baguio, wala akong makukuha 90,000. So imagine ninyo po, with your 6 meetings, with 1 hour only investment, you now come to 90,000. Kung dadagdagan po natin ng from 8, magiging 12, magiging 15, palaki ng palaki po yan. So if you can see, if you project it for 3-year projection, 3 years from now, pinalaki niyo yung membership niyo, ginawa niyo 15, ayan po ang magiging key contribution niyo. You think it's small? No. Meeting ka dito 1 oras, malaki na po yun. Ginawa ko pang 2 oras. Wait, there's more. Sir, ano kayo mag-extra meeting tayo this year? Gawin natin 7. Diba? Dagdag na naman sa inyong key contribution. Nag-meeting kayo on your own. Right? Pero pwede naman po yan. Ito po yung misnomer ng iba. Akala po nila, ang advisory group, you cannot have your own meeting. In fact po, sir, ma'am, kami po, nasa PNP, we are only invited in your meeting. Yun po yung misunderstanding, misconception nila. Your meeting is independent from our meeting. You don't have to hold it here. You can hold it wherever you like. You can hold it sa office po, sir. Tawag mo sila, ma'am. As long as you have 50% plus one para magkaroon ng quorum. Invite niyo po kami para may mag-take notes po sa inyo. Pero eventually po, pwede po kayo magkaroon ng sarili ninyo. Wait, there's more. You want to have a juridical entity? You can file your group in SEC to become a recognized group. Kaya nga po yung ibang mga advisory group, they can solicit officially. They can ask donations. They can receive donations. Why? Because they are SEC registered. If you go to other regions, meron na po yan, nag-hold sila ng mga shooting contest, merong fun run. Why? They're juridical entity. They can do that. They're NGOs. Naka-earmark nga lang, to the specific unit you are affiliated with. In this case, NGOs. Pero nasa inyo po yun. You want to have a juridical entity. Okay. So, tingnan po natin yung advisory group naman na health service. Yan po yung kanilang output. So, this is way back 2022. Hindi ko na nakalculate yung 2023. Sorry. So, yan po yung output nila, 91,000. We're just shy over the projection. Okay? Ay na pala, 2023. Sorry, update ko pala. So, yan. Okay? Now, that's just the first key contribution, right? Una pa lang po yan. So, sa number 2 naman po is advocacy. Sa advocacy po, pag tinignan niyo yung naging samples, you can have promotion, endorsement, participation in PTD Police Community Relations, like tree planting. Once na umatid ka po doon, counted yun. In-invite ka sa health service anniversary, counted yun. Sinama po kayo sa blood donation, counted po yun. So, dapat din po dinidisregard yun, counted yun. So, in the TRIM strategy ng PNP, TRIM stands for TV, radio, internet, messaging, and print. Question is, meron po ba kayo yan? So, this is one of the proposals po namin sa taas when I was still there. And, in fact, I did this when I was in NCRPO RNDU. So, along with one of the advisory group, what we did was, we created a show. 1-hour show per week. 1 hour lang. As ang content namin, parang ganyan din. 5 minutes, disease of the week. 10 minutes, police health policy of the week. Kasi meron naman eh. Alam po ba ng police natin na may polisiya po tayo dito? Example, RHE, MPO, and paano ba ako magpa-OPD dito? Meron ba? Alam ko ba yan? Kasi pag pumunta po tayo sa mga, dyan na sa NCRPO eh. Pag pumunta ka po ba doon, saan ka pupunta? Ano ba procedure doon? Hindi nila alam eh. So by doing this, you're able now to communicate to our audience. 10 minutes accomplishment report. Bida natin. Oh, nag-meeting na nag-PDD ngayon. Pakapagod sila. Meron sila key contribution of 1.5 times ilan sila. And then, RMDU, FMDU of the week. In your case, anong department gusto nyo i-highlight? Gusto nyo highlight X-ray? Gusto nyo highlight pharmacy? Pwede. Up to you. Health case of the week. Bida nyo ngayon. Alam nyo, number 1 sa amin dito, hypertension. Ano ba dapat natin gawin para sa mga mayroong hypertension? Pag pumunta kayo sa PNPG, ito po ginagawa namin dyan. Ito po yung aming doktor. Ito usual. Ito yung mga gamot namin available. So on and so forth. And of course, usapang RHE. Or, in your case, MPO, whatever you want. So, this is just a sample that you want to be able to do as a template. Imagine niyo po 52 episodes per year. Kasi per week yan. Ayan tanong, magkano? Magkano kayo key contribution nyo? Sa ngayon po, when I ask po yung advisory group natin sa taas, per show of 1 hour costs 50,000 pesos. 50,000 pesos. Ibig sabihin, pwede kayong kumita na yung key contribution is 2 million. Isn't it nice? Diba? Isang oras na investment nyo, then 2 million. Kaya po nag-number 1 yung PSPG advisory group when I was there. Because kinakount nila si PSM. And based yan sa results. And you cannot say, ginawa na namin to without even doing the statistics, without getting data. Hindi po, mayroon po itapunan. This is evidence that you did it. Isa pa po sa pinitch namin doon, hindi pa po nangyayari ito, and sana mangyari, is a health magazine. The PGH can create your own magazine. Why not? If I go to different police offices, usually wala na yung tao, wala noong 1991, but when I go to their office, may nakikita pa ako doon, mga magazines. And it's a historical document. You want to be remembered? Here, nagtrabaho kayo dito, leave something behind. You don't leave something behind, a few generations from now, sino si Major Salvacion? I don't know him. Why? Wala ka namang evidence that you're here. 100 years from now, siguro may spaceship na. Or baka yung health service nun is, ewan ko paano ba health service. Di ko alam, paano yung 100 years from now. Pero question, 100 years from now, sino makakaalala sa atin? Without proof. In fact, you can ask now, ano ba ginawa nila noong 1991? Kasi naniniwala ako, noong 1991 po, maraming accomplishment ang health service. Marami. The question is, matatandaan ka ba ng mga bagong henerasyon? Without proof. Now, if you want that for you, as your legacy here, maybe consider a magazine. Why? 300,000. Another key contribution. And syempre, hindi naman po kayong gagawa alone. Marami naman po contributor. Marami na po alam na nagawa na po ito. So, calculate natin. With only TV and then yung magazine, you can now have a key contribution of, for 2024, 36 episodes, 10 issues, 46 output, 2 million projection, of course. Ano lang yan? Wish list. Sana. If you want. That's a possibility. Now, meron kang 1, and 2 ka, now we go to 3. Right? So sa 3, very flat and dry, pero this is usually the missed opportunity ng marami. I'm pretty sure in your experience dito po sa PNPGs as advisory group, na-invite na po kayo dito, nagturo kayo. If I'm not mistaken. And if you did, dapat meron kayo dito. So when I was back in NCRPO, this is what we did. It's already costing 540,000. Unprogram po kasi yan. Pag unprogram po, hindi ginagawa ng PNPGH, then you can count it in. Pwede yun. Gumawa kayo ng skills enhancement po dito na hindi program. In fact, ilan na lang yung natira doon sa MTAT? IV therapy na lang. Di ba ma? Ayun na lang. And then the rest wala na. Di counted sa inyo pag ginawa nyo yan. If you conduct a skills enhancement for PNPGH personnel, kakount po dito. And then yes. Yan. So, sabihin natin, privacy rights, basic life support, stop the bleed. Ito yung result. 1.2, 336, 7M. Endless possibilities. You, whatever training you want, kayo po yung makakapagsabi. Ayan pa po. Samples lang po ito, sir ma'am. Okay, so for a grand total of what? 5.6 million to 11 million. Problema kasi ma'am sir, hindi kasi nila kulang sa account. Okay. So we now go to moral and welfare. Pag mapapansin niyo po, you have your scholarship. Ito, gas-gas kasi po ito eh. Sa mga ibang regions. Kami na bahala dyan. Ako yung dean ng school. Okay, pukunin namin ng anak mo. It's nice. I mean, yeah, fine. Pero nakakalimutan po nila, spiritual enhancement. Hindi nila alam yan. Madalas na, hindi, sweet naman yan, okay na yan. Yan pa pala, yung blood donation. Right? So sa isa lang, tingnan niyo po kung babayaran natin si Father, mag-misa, that's 5,000, times 16, 80,000 siya. Pera pa rin. Of course, di mo naman binayaran si Father. Blood donation. Imagine niyo po, pag nag-conduct po tayo ng blood donation, if you ang cost po ng isang pack ng blood is 1.5, times po ng 50 personnel per month equals to 75,000. Times 4 months, 4 na beses po ang blood donation in a year, that's 300,000 pesos. Okay. Sikat na sikat ang mga flu vaccine. Pag yung DOH po, ma'am, because of you, nabigyan kami ng flu vaccine. Nabigyan po kami ng kung ano-ano vaccine dito. Pang bata, pang matanda, pang aso, pang ewan. Ma'am, out natin yan. Out natin yan. Why, 1.3 million advisory group na contribution just because you did coordinate for us and we got the medicines. Vaccines pa lang yan, wala pa yung medicines. So, at consider nyo, sa RMDU, ayun, 586,000. If you calculate it lang talaga. Next is number 5. Ito, gasgas na po ito. Marami pong gumagawa na ito sa iba kasi nga ginagawa ng style ng mga other units is they invite mga businessman. Kasi ito yung yung akala nila na doon malaki. Ayan, magbibigay ng lupa yan. Ayan, magbibigay ng donasyon ng ganito. Ayan, magbibigay ng sasakyan yan. Isa lang yun maganda sana kung meron. Kung wala. Kung walang ganun. Titigil na lang tayo doon? Wala. Contribution? Wala. Kasi ang na-donate lang, yung pinaglumaang laptop. So what? Contribution pa rin yun. Buti ka nagbigay. Katulad ni ma'am, nagbigay sa amin ng laptop. Yan, tinot namin. Yung mga pinaglumaan. Basta nagamit. Hindi naman donate ako sa hindi nagamit. Sayang naman, di ba? Bigyan ko example, ma'am, sir. One of the advisory group ng PSPG noon was associated siya sa isang BDO, mga call centers. Dahil nandun siya, ginawa niya, kinoordinate niya, kasi di ba ang BDOs ko, parang sila nagpapalit ng mga computers. What happened was, nung nagpalit sila, nagpalit sila nung nag-advisory group meeting, nabanggit ko to, siya na mismo nag-volunteer. Sige, 25% ng mga computers na hindi dinidispose namin, bibigyan namin dito sa PSPG. And they did. So, nasolusyonan ngayon yung mga may kulang na computer kasi magaganda pa yung computer nila. And why na? Sayang naman. Last but not the least po, yung panganib. Other contribution would show you that you can still have donations. Example po, sir. Sorry kung lagi PSPG yung nasa sample ko kasi yun lang po yung pwede ko ikwento sa inyo na meron output at outcome at impact. So, Dr. Romero always host. Bakit? Hindi natin kasi siya na maliwala sa kanya. Ino-host niya kasi may sarili siyang restaurant. So, doon kami lagi nag-meeting sa kanya. At dahil gumagastos siya, kinakount namin. Nagpakain siya, nagdala kayo ng pagkain dito, counted. Kahit pansit lang yan, okay lang yan, count pa rin. Dapat po hindi kayo binabaliwala dito kasi that's how important you are to PNP. No matter how small your contribution is, dapat po yung dinadagdag po dito. Dapat hindi po binabaliwala. Every effort that you do here, dapat kinakount po namin. That is a blessing for PNPGers. Sabi ko nga po, your presence here is costing you 1,500 per hour. Ganyan po kamahal ang oras niyo. In fact, mura nga yun. Mura ang 1.5. Sorry, cheap. Okay. So pag tinignan nyo po, nalagyan kayo ng CPSM anniversary, health service anniversary, counted po yun. Pero costing you time. Kung nag-webinar kayo, right? Sumasama kayo sa webinar, dapat kinakount ko yun. Di ba? Meron pong invitation sa iyo sa CPSM mag-Zoom. Pag umattend kayo doon, counted yun. Huwag niyo pong di-discount yun. Sayang. Counted pa rin yun. Okay? Now, ang question po, sir, so what kung yung mga individual? Tingnan natin holistically. So, tingnan nyo po. AKC1, if you have a projection of 69,000, with AKC2 of 332, AKCP 1.9, 380, level 6, that's a total of 2.6 million pesos. Just because you accounted each and every one. So, marami po kayong nakocontribute dito. Not merely magbibigay po sa amin ng pera. No. Marami pong iba. Marami pong ibang paraan. Now, dapat po ganito, sir, ma'am. You should be able to also institute performance governance system. Di ba meron po tayong strategic shift? So, pag tinignan niyo po, sir, ma'am, from, kunyari lang to, it's a hypothetical, pero this is what we implemented in NCRP already. We started from 500,000 towards 2 million by 2023. But this is way back when I was there, 2021, 2 years yet. Now, if you calculate it, kaya ba? Of course, pag tinignan mo lang yung costing, parang imposible. Pero when you account everything from AKC1 to AKC6, that would be possible. So, what are the issues and concerns? Kailan po kayo nag-advise sa resolution? Have you? No? Not yet? Maybe start. Do you have TORs? Ngayon, meron ako. Apa po, meron na. Meron mo kayo dapat pinirmahan ngayon. Ako kayo malis. Then, of course, you should have your own notable contribution, which is evidence-based. Dapat po, kinakount po siya. And, ito po, sir, ma'am. When you create your projects, if you want to create projects, itain nyo po dun sa strategic initiatives po ng ating scorecard. Kasi may scorecard po tayo, di ba? Yung huli po nun, diba? Strategic objectives, measures, targets, variance, and then meron pa strategic objectives. Your strategic objectives are your projects, programs, and activities. So kayo po, may key contribution kayo. O ano man yun, kung iniisip nyo po ngayon. Dapat itaitin nyo po siya dun sa strategic objectives. So tatanungin nyo po, si PSMU, sa Technical Working Group, ano po ba yung mga projects nyo? So that we can tie it in with our projects. Again po, sir, ma'am, no, para malinaw po tayo. You are independent from us. You can work on your own. But, what ties us with you is our scope. Huwag po kayong lalayo po. Baka mamaya, meron po kayong ginagawang project, tatanungin niyo po kami, saan natin pwede itali yan? Saan natin pwede i-upload? So, let's summarize. Sorry, ito na po. Huli na. Sabi nga ni Edward Denning, without data, you're just another person with an opinion. So, tingnan natin. Ito po yung mga several activities po of the PGS, the entirety. Pag mapapansin nyo po, we have our strategic review. Right? Each strategic review should be based on our operations review. Pag wala pong operations review, it doesn't make sense na mag-strategy review. Ewan ko po kung naranasan nyo na mag-strategy review na wala kayong pinag-uusapan kundi problema. Kung puro problema po yung pinag-uusapan nyo during strategy review, that is not a strategy review. Bakit po? Supposed to be the problems should have been solved, or at least the attempt to be solved, or na-analyze na siya during operations review. Sino po bang nagtatrabaho ng operations review? Ito yung process owners. May okay na yung scenario. Every month po, nagkakaroon tayo ng operations review that is headed by the PSMU. The PSMU, along with the process owners, will be discussing yung scorecard. In the scorecard, dapat po, magsasabi po sila, Sir, Ma'am, meron tayong variance for this month. Kasi ang target natin 100, ang accomplishment lang po natin is 50. We have a variance of 50. The question is, saan galing yung 50? So dapat dyan, nag-identify po sila ng gap. When they identify the gap, dapat i-implement po nila yung mga problem analysis tools like 5 whys, fishbone diagram, and so on and so forth. When now they have analyzed the problem, they will now produce solutions for each of the identified problems. The identified problems should have a specific solution. Ngayon, isang buwan pa lang po, first month, di ba? Nakita natin, 50% na lang po. At 50% lang yung accomplishment natin ngayon. So may 50% variance tayo. Sige, analyze tayo ng problema. O ito nakita natin. Ito yung problema. Ito yung nakita namin. Ito yung solusyon. First month yun, right? Second month, dapat, in-implement na yung solusyon. And on the second month, dapat meron may feedback na. Sasabihin nila, yung solusyon ba na in-apply natin, effective ba? If let's say, hindi effective. On the third month, dapat nagkaroon sila ng reanalyzation of the problem. Baka naman di yun yung problema. Let's dig deeper. Okay, dig deeper. May another solution. Chinek ulit yung solution versus yung sa gap. On the third month, sabi, from 50%, naging 75 na lang. So third month, right? On the third month, ano susunod? Strategy review. That's your first strategy review. Siyempre, invited po kayo doon. Dapat pag umupo po kayo doon, teka, pag re-report si PSN nyo, sabi ni PSN nyo, Sir, for the past 3 months, ito po yung result. Na-identify po namin, noong first month, 50% po. Nakita nyo po, nag-trending tayo pataas, naging 75%. These are the things that we did. Kayo po, as advisory council, your job is, maganda yan ah. I think I've seen that before. Where? In my company. In my organization. Nakita rin namin yan. Hey, wait! Ito yung ginawa pa namin. That's your insight. And that's your contribution. So, hindi nyo po pinag-uusapan lang yung problema, but rather the solution itself. Results. Problema po kasi, hindi nag-OR. So, hindi nag-OR ng first month, hindi nag-OR ng second month, third month na lang kasi hinahabol. Mag-strategy review na tayo. Tsaka tayo mag-OR. Ito na, present na ngayon sa inyo. I will present sa inyo problema. Kaya yung 1 hour na meeting, nagiging 4 hours. Kasi kayo nag-uusap sa problema. Sayang, missed opportunity again. Haba-haba ng diskusyon, kulang sa result. So hopefully po, sir, ma'am, by doing operations review, supposed to be dapat, trabaho po ni PSMU at Technical Working Group, dapat by the time na mag-first quarter po kayo, pulido na po siya. So that your discussion will be short. Hindi nyo na pag-uusapan yung positive variance, pag-uusapan nyo na negative variance. Out of the negative variance, your question would be, teka, ano na ba ginawa mo? Meron ba? Tinesting nyo ba? Trinay nyo, opo, tinesting namin ito ba, option ko yun. Wala, fail. Option 2, fail pa rin. Option 3, medyo okay. Or, option 1, okay. Option 2, okay din. Option 3, okay pa rin. Teka, strategy review, ang tanong, which is the best? So doon i-offer nyo kasi there's PGH and then din po kayo. Do you think which of the 3 is the best moving forward? Dapat ganun po yung usapan. High level na po siya. Ang mapapansin niyo po rin, sir, ma'am, technical working group is also once a month. So, ibig sabihin, every operations review, magmi-meeting up, merong result yan, i-feed ngayon ni PSMU kanino yung result na yun. Of course, pag-uusapan nila, and then i-feed po yan sa inyo. Sabihin nila sa inyo, sir, ma'am, ito po yung result namin. Kung meron po kayo advisory group meeting, dapat ang darating na po sa inyo, resolution. Ang tanong nyo lang, bakit gusto yung resolution na ito? Bakit ito? Bakit ito yung gusto ninyong solution? And then, when pumasa na po sa inyo, when you recommend it, then it will be recommended to technical working group. Technical working group will now decide if it is worth the time ni Chief Executive. Dapat po ganun yung transition. I mean, ideally. So, tignan po natin, sir, ma'am, no? Kita niyo yung, do you think health service will pass with this kind of results? Bagsak, 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 bagsak. Pwede na rin. Kasi may justification, pandemic daw. Diba? Pero na-invento na yung Zoom. Ayan, pick up na naman. So, sir, ma'am, pag tinignan nyo po yung outcome, no? Outcome na kasi ito. Pag tinignan nyo po, mapasa ba talaga tayo? Tingnan nyo po yung datos. So, I suggest po, sir, ma'am, when you now discuss in the basis of what is the minimum requirement. Kasi, kung dyan po, talagang yan po yung dulo po ninyo. Bakit pa kayo nagpapakairam dito o hindi na-achieve po? Silent. So, example lang po. If you have minimum requirements are not attainable due to the following joint meetings, blah, 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 avoid nyo po yung joint meetings. Ang common practice kasi is, uy, advisory group meeting na rin tayo. And then, SR na rin, at saka OR na rin yan. What happens sa haba ng meeting? Kasi sabay-sabay na iba-iba objective. I do suggest po, sir, ma'am, you have a calendar of activity for the year. In fact, when nandun po tayo sa PSMU, 3 years po yung ginawa nating calendar of activity. Why? Kasi regular na po ito. What usually happens is 3 hours meeting, sir, ma'am. So after 3 hours po, palagay nyo komportable ka pa dyan. Next time, mapapadala na ako ng representative. Or, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Kasi 3 hours o 5 hours. Pero pa nga po ako naranasan ito, ma'am, sa PSPG. 8 hours ang strategy review. Umaga kami nag-umpisa, alas 5 kami natapos. At mukhang hindi pa kami matatapos kung hindi na namin sabi, sir, oras na akong umuwi. 1 hour, ma'am, is enough. Kung hindi nyo natapos, the next time. That's why you calendar the activities. So you don't have to, sabi nga, how do you eat an elephant? Pwede lulunin yung buong elephant. Feed it by piecemeal. Meetings, focus on administrative parts. Nakakalimutan po, alin? Other agendas. So, marami pa po. I suggest po, you read na lang. Kasi kakapa na ako. More than 1 hour na po yata ako. So, baka magalit na po kayo sa akin. So, as I mentioned po, sir, ma'am, I hope that you are able to schedule. So, ito po yung schedule ng PSMU sa taas. Pag napansin niyo po, meron na siya schedule for 2023 and 2024. Way back in 2022. So, naka-project na po kami. Kaya yung pumalit po sa akin doon, okay na. Naka-ayos na sila. Ganun din po ang operations review. Yan. So, kung mapapansin niyo po, cascading, even cascading activities is already scheduled. May timeline na siya. Kaya kayo po, with your busy schedule, you can now say, I can attend that, this one, I cannot attend, sorry. Okay, so as my last slide po is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, sabi ni Benjamin Franklin. Sa akin naman po, it's better to have planned and failed than to have not planned. So with that, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, let us hear the message of our Chief NPGH, Police Colonel Dominic D. Guevara.
Thank you. So, before you have your lunch, kung hindi kaya tayo yung lunch nyo, hindi pa natin na nakakailan yan. Sobrang silang overwhelmed, no? Salamat po. So, yung kanina po yung panunumpa sa katutulan. So, siguro, please mention about TOR. So, nagtatanong lang sila about ano yung dapat pinirmahan nila dun sa terms of reference nila. Kung ito na ba yung sa panunumpa.
Meron sir, mayroon tayong pro forma. Bibigyan na lang po sila.
So, before we formally end, no, your first meeting of the advisory group, and of course later on, you're going to have your elections of officers, new sets of officers for this year. There was also a question by our one of our advisors, Sir Serena, the tenure of the officers, because the last election that we were able to perform of the advisory council was even before pandemic. So if we're going to count it, it's more than 2 years already. So siguro, it's also one of the topics that we have to discuss among the officers, among the advisory council, among our guidelines regarding the tenure of the officers among the advisory council. So again, before we end, esteemed members of the PNP General Hospital Advisory Group of Police Transformation and Development, my dear officers of the PNPGH, good morning. And as we gather here today, we are reminded of the pivotal role that the advisory group plays in shaping the future of our police force and in upholding the physical and mental wellness of our law enforcement officers. The dedication and commitment of each member of the advisory group embodies the spirit of service and compassion that are essential in ensuring the welfare of our personnel and clientele. I am truly honored to address such a devoted and passionate group of individuals who have taken on the responsibility of guiding transformation and development initiatives of the PNP General Hospital. Your dedication and expertise are very much needed in fostering a culture of holistic well-being and professional growth among our law enforcement community. The Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development serves as a beacon of hope and progress, advocating for the comprehensive care and support of our police officers. It is through your unwavering support, commitment, that we can continue to raise the bar and set new precedents in providing top-notch healthcare services and transformative initiatives for the benefit of our dedicated men and women in uniform, non-uniformed personnel, and to dependents and authorized civilians. To the members of the advisory group, I extend my warmest congratulations and heartfelt admiration as you embark on this noble endeavor. Your contributions and leadership will undoubtedly shape the future landscape of healthcare and wellness within the PNP General Hospital. And I am confident in your ability to drive positive change and meaningful impact. Thank you, and may our collective efforts pave the way for a brighter and healthier future of the PNP General Hospital. Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
And now may we request to our PNPGH advisory group to please proceed here in front for the distribution of the token of appreciation to be given by our Chief PNPGH, Police Colonel Dominic P. Guevara, to be assisted by Assistant Chief PNPGH, Police Lieutenant Colonel Michael Angelo L. Malyari, and Assistant Chief Head Lieutenant Colonel Roderick C. Laigo, to be followed by the photo option. Our PMPGH Advisory Group, Police Colonel Jeremy Sulaybar. Sir. Police Lieutenant Lydia C. Pomperata. Dr. Queenie Diane C. Ragas. Sir Bobby Jones V. Dog. Sir Cesar R. Padraza. And Ma'am Julieta G. Oliveros. And Ma'am Nestle B. Bunyala. Thank you, ma'am, sir.
Sir, better sinabi kayo, ma'am.
Sir Ace?
Ma'am, sir, can we give our PNPGH advisory group a private time for the election of the officers? And this is Pat Kuta from HR PNCO, and that's all for today.
Ano lang mga respect tayo tapos kung mayroon silang tanong, mag-guide lang. Pero kailangan mag-independent na sila. Lahat. Nagiging po tayo sila sa ano.
Sir, ang kay Sir
Nabigyan niyo sila ng pagkain?